Welcome in to the CryptoBroz podcast. I am the CryptoBullGod.
And I am the CryptoBringer.
and that's a delayed hand clap. And
you didn't do it in your most recent podcast.
And this is the recorded on, what date is this? Wednesday, December 15th?
That is correct.
2021, and released on some date later in time. CryptoBroz podcast. So you can find me on Twitter, TradingView, YouTube, and Instagram at CryptoBullGod. And CryptoBringer, where can they find you? Are you on social media at all? I don't know these days.
I am. I do tweet on occasion. When you throw something out there, I will recycle it. Or if there's something pressing that I feel I need to comment on, I will do that. You can find me on Twitter at CryptoBringer.
Yeah, so everybody who's not following him, please give him a follow. At CryptoBringer on Twitter. Once in a while, he likes to show up and comment where appropriate.
Sometimes it's serious. Sometimes I'm a smartass, but whatever. You never know what's going to come out from me. So
yeah, and so before we get started into everything here, before we get things kicked off, please drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you appreciate the content. It really helps us out so we can spread some sound educational content throughout the community as well as humor. So now let's get into things. So we haven't done a podcast in a few weeks here. It's been a little bit, schedules have been a little hectic, but I gotta say it feels really good to get back into the swing of things. What are you having to drink this evening?
I'm doing the usual here. The Crypto Babe made me, this time it's Diet 7-Up because apparently there's a shortage of Sprite Zero. At least on the east coast of the United States.
There's a supposedly shortage of everything.
Yes, yeah. Shortage. So Diet 7-Up, with some Calico coconut pineapple rum and some Simply Light lemonade, just like all mixed together. Let me tell you, that's freaking delicious.
That sounds fantastic. So I'm having myself, this is actually just straight with some ice. It's some peanut butter whiskey. And what distillery is that from? Hold on. Gates. It is from what?
City Gates, St. Augustine.
Oh, St. Augustine. Wait, what is the name of it? I have a hearing problem at my age. Citygate. Citygate. Thank you, CryptoBullGod. Citygate. So
much sugar.
Citygate Distillery. Well, it tastes fantastic straight, but Citygate Distillery in St. Augustine. Augustine. I can't.
Oh my God.
St. Augustine.
You live in Florida.
No. But it's a really good whiskey, and we just had it straight with some ice. It's very good.
Yeah, that's a very popular thing over the past couple
She's
years.
shaking her head saying yeah, and she's leaving because she wants to get out of here before we get shit started. That's the way we roll.
All right. All right.
Bye, baby.
So it's time to get this underway. And
no, leave
so
that on. I'll turn it off. I'm sorry. We're having a debate. No. This bleeds in well. CryptoBringer, this bleeds in well. She was about to turn off the Christmas tree, and I want the Christmas tree lights on.
Well, see, and that's what we should get in before we talk about the simple TA that we have on here, and that is Christmas trees.
Yes.
And granted, this outline was written 2 weeks ago. Christmas trees before Thanksgiving. Is this a yes or a no?
For me, I would lean towards no. I actually would be in favor of putting up the Christmas tree even immediately after Thanksgiving, like the weekend after. What feels right to me is the weekend after Thanksgiving, putting up the Christmas tree. I did get some pushback on that because for those who might say yes, they like being put in the holiday spirit for Christmas earlier, sooner rather than later. But I think like right after Thanksgiving is the right time. What say you, CryptoBringer?
So I was in the same boat as you. I was thinking after Thanksgiving. These past 2 years have kind of sucked. So I was like, you know what? I kind of get
That's
it.
Being mild. That's being very mild.
I kind of get it. So I'm like, you want to put those trees up a week or two before Thanksgiving? Sure, it's going to look odd as hell when you come over for Thanksgiving and there's a bright-ass Christmas tree up in your house. But yeah, sure. If you want to do that, go ahead. Now, I'm not on the camp of the Crypto Blondie, our cousin, who puts the Christmas tree up like the day after Halloween. I think sometimes before Halloween.
Yeah, that's insanity.
However, the Crypto Babe, my wife, will not hear of it. The first day we can put up the tree is the day after Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
We're on like a brewery tour that we do, so we've made it a tradition where we will put it up on the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
That's
apparently
respectable.
this brings up a lot of contention amongst people. We were discussing it at work, and some are, it draws either way. So I was curious on the thoughts there.
Now, I want to actually, this wasn't on the agenda here, but you actually made me think of this when you said contention. So this is actually another really important question here. The Christmas tree. Are we going white lights or colored lights?
Now, downstairs, we bought that tree, that blessed flocked tree, that every year I breathe in a little more cancerous crap from whatever falls out of that tree that they spray it with. And, right now it's white lights.
Okay.
The tree upstairs, which is my wife's old tree that she brought into the relationship, very old artificial tree, that sits upstairs kind of in the hallway, and that's got white lights on it, but it's got some red lights on it too. There are no colored lights except around our dining room window and in the foyer. So that's it.
I like the white. To be honest with you, I like the white lights. I think it looks classy. I think the reason that I actually like the color lights and wouldn't mind doing color lights every now and then is because it reminds me of our childhood, right? We grew up with the color lights. I think that's what it is. It just brings me back to a time when we were younger and celebrating Christmas. But honestly, I can go either way. I think white lights look very classy, and I think colored lights look very traditional to me. Well, so I can go either way.
When the Crypto Babe and I move, or when I just get sick of breathing in whatever the hell's falling out of that flocked tree, CryptoBringer is going to be pushing for colored lights on the next one, I think. Or something just completely different. I was thinking about that last night staring at the tree, and I'm like, it's going to be time for some colored lights soon.
Yeah, nothing wrong with, mixing it in there like every 3 to 4 years, right? I mean, you can't do the same thing every single year. It gets a little mundane, so.
Yeah, I think this is the fourth year for this tree, maybe. I don't know. Maybe third year.
Plus, I mean, not to bring it up, but, why not? If you bring up the fact that the wife has had the say for the past 3 or 4 years, you're asking for 1 year. You're not asking for much. You're not asking for much. 1 year.
Nah, I actually picked out the decorations and everything. I said I'd go with the white lights, but
okay.
I don't think she's gonna have any opposition to it because quite frankly, I think she's tired of hearing me yell and swear at the tree as I put it up, and being in a pissy mood for about 30 minutes as I breathe that shit into my mouth. But anyway, so let's talk.
Wait, you want to bring this back to crypto? Do we have to?
I do, yeah, well.
Sometimes it's nice to just, not talk about crypto. We don't have to talk about crypto all the time. But this is sort of like a crypto educational channel, so I guess we should talk about crypto.
This is the thing. Your life is nothing but crypto.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I get sick of this shit, and I just tune it out after a while. This is fantasy football playoff time right now, and every team's got COVID. The Cleveland Browns are apparently fielding, I don't know, some sort of junior high school team this Saturday. So that's what I'm following right now, because believe it or not, CryptoBullGod, our team is in the playoffs. And we're focused.
All right, let's get into the chart.
Such a piece of crap. Anyway, all right. Give us a quick and simple and easily understood TA update on Matic.
Yes, ticker symbol MITIC. Wait, did I say that too quickly? Ticker symbol MATIC, Matic, or Polygon. So I'm glad that you brought this up. This is a great chart to take a look at. So of all the charts, of all the crypto assets that are on my watch list, I would say Matic has one of the more beautiful structures from a chart perspective, from a TA perspective. So the views that I personally prefer to take a look at the moment for this thing is a little bit more zoomed out. Now, it doesn't have as much price data as some of the other crypto assets. I'm looking at this on the Binance exchange, and it looks like this thing only goes back to late April of 2019. So you're talking about 2.5 years roughly of price data. So it's really not a lot of data. But I'll look at it on a weekly and a 3-day timestamp. Now, if I'm looking to actively get into this on a position, I might kind of zoom in on a smaller time frame. But for the sake of conversation, you can look at this thing on a 3-day view. You can look at this thing on a weekly view. And the thing that I love to see here is, first off, there's a lot of weakness in the market right now, right? If you listen to my most recent podcast, the CBG podcast on CryptoBullGod, you noted that I said, we're not in alt season, we're not in a bull market, we're not in a bear market, we're in salty season. Everybody's salty. And so there's been a lot of negative price action, but this thing, Matic, has expressed a lot of strength. Why do I say that? Well, if you look at this on a weekly chart, the first thing I really like to see, price action has remained above the 10-day simple moving average, or in this case, the 10 simple moving average, which is the 10 weekly simple moving average. And the 10 simple moving average is above the 20, is above the 50. So you have all these moving averages crossed above one another in chronological order, which is very bullish, and price is above it. Very, very bullish. There's also an upwards trending line of support that is holding. There are higher highs and higher lows being created within the chart. And the last thing I would say, and let me know if this is making sense, CryptoBringer, or if I'm talking too fast, but we are entertaining areas at $2.70. Well, why do I bring up $2.70? We're real close to breaking $2.70. $2.70 was the prior all-time high. And it's actually the highest high that Matic has ever reached. And that was reached all the way back in May of this year at $2.70. And right now, price is sort of coiling up. It's coiling up, creating higher highs and higher lows towards that $2.70 mark. Once we break $2.70, the beautiful thing is we're going to enter something known as price discovery, and price could go very, 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 very much higher than $2.70. So things are looking very, very bullish for Matic. One of the most bullish charts I have on my watch list.
Now, I will preface this by saying, I don't doubt you when you say it's bullish.
Yes, sir.
I don't doubt you when you say it's beautiful structure. It makes me want to strangle you the next time I see you when I hear it's got beautiful structure, and then I see my portfolio drop 25%. And I come into work and I get an IM first thing on Monday morning. Hey, CryptoBringer, what's up with shitcoin? What the hell happened to my portfolio? And I said, just give it time. Still a bull market. I haven't had a chance to research it yet. Just believe in shitcoin. You're okay. So, I'm preaching the word. Gotta tell you, I firmly believe in salty season right now. But I'm not flaming like people do on Twitter right now. I'm not flaming people. I get it. I see it. I see the accumulation. I see the worth. And I see these companies just buying up Bitcoin. Buying it up while people are selling at these prices. It's going to pop. So I believe in it, but I can be salty and pissy at the same time, which I am.
Well, and it's natural human emotion. As much as emotion is a money killer, as I always say, it is natural to be emotional to some degree. I get it.
I keep it real.
But here's what you have to keep in mind. There's that infamous shaking of the metal straw.
That's right.
So here's what you. Hey, by the way, cheers.
Oh, yeah. Cheers. By the way, when you come over here, yes, and if we actually do a live podcast, then possibly, not live, just a podcast, and the Crypto Jack joins us as well, you too can have a reusable metal straw in your cup. And you too can also have an annoying clanky sound for our listeners.
Well, we might get a total of 5 views on that podcast with 0 likes.
That's
and
right.
5 dislikes.
That's good. That's about what I expect, so it's fine. It's fine. It's all good.
So here's the thing. I saw somebody tweet about this the other day, and it's very true. What we can't lose sight of as people who are educated, very well educated in the market and can read charts, and what we're trying to communicate with others who aren't as well versed or educated within the charts, we cannot predict the day-to-day. It's very, very, think about how much I've stressed you. Just seriously, take a step back and think about how many times I've stressed that there's so much volatility that exists in this immature market. As much potential that I see and as much generational wealth transfer opportunity that's been occurring and will continue to occur over the next decade. With that comes a very nascent market that is small in nature, right? It's only, I don't know what the total value of the cryptocurrency market is today, but it's somewhere south, I think, right now of $2 trillion, I believe, off the top of my head. So it's very small when you actually consider other pockets of wealth within the world. So with that great potential, there's also great volatility. So it's very, very hard to predict the day-to-day. And maybe the day-to-day doesn't play out exactly the way you think it will. But this is where being a TA, a chartist, is very helpful. Because what you can do is zoom out and you can look at a weekly or monthly chart and you can say, okay, even though this week or this month the price action didn't move up as high as I thought it would, we're still creating these higher highs and higher lows when you zoom out. So we still have these basic building blocks of bullish structure and momentum in the market, and there's no reason to be overly concerned. There is no reason. Now, if we start putting in lower highs and lower lows, then there's reason to be concerned. But that is not what I'm seeing overall in the market. So while the day-to-day or even the past several weeks haven't played out exactly the way I thought they would, certainly, and I alluded to this on my last podcast, or stated this much, when you zoom out and you look at the larger time frames and consider the fact that we're still creating higher highs and higher lows, there's nothing to be concerned about. I'm not overly concerned whatsoever.
It's just going to take longer, which is totally fine.
Yes, definitely, the cycle is definitely going to take longer than I originally anticipated. Whether that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months longer, I mean, we're going to find out, and as emerging price data develops, I'll keep everybody informed. But the point is even if it's going, here's the thing, and I hit on this yesterday, even if it's going to take a little bit longer, nothing has said we've topped. Okay, so it may take a little bit longer, but nothing has said we've entered that euphoric stage where prices just become drastically overvalued and you should be selling out.
Yep, nope, I completely agree. So, this, we should branch this off into actual current events.
Yes.
And I get often hit with this at work, and I know that you've heard about this even from our parents and from others as well. The wonderful, fun, and not going to get into the political view of this, what is, in your thoughts, the lockdowns and potential possible looming ones in the near future, what are the effects not only on crypto but the economy as a whole? Because we saw it last year, right? We saw what happened to the market after the lockdowns occurred. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the correlation? Because your thing is always show me a chart and I'll tell you the story. Well, there's also the outside factors, right? So go ahead and give our listeners your thoughts on that.
So one quick, thank you for the question, because it's a good one that I'm sure a lot of people are wondering. So first off, is it specifically, I did want to speak to this real quick. So specifically as it refers to lockdowns, for various reasons that we're not going to get into, that's not going to happen, in my opinion, in the United States. I'm not talking about other countries, I can't speak for them, but for various reasons, lockdowns are not going to happen again in the United States. Now, New York is a totalitarianism state at this point. If you don't know what totalitarianism is, Google it. They might as well just shave off from the rest of the United States and kind of go off on an island because they're becoming their own country. But besides New York, we're not entering lockdowns, okay? But I think the point that you're raising is a very good one. And essentially what you're asking here is, if some sort of event occurs that cripples, perception-wise, or cripple may be too strong of a word, but if there's
it deeply affects, because like fear is an effect that will hit the market. So
if there are events or an event that seriously negatively or positively impacts the economy, what would its impact be on crypto? And I've kind of addressed this many, many, many times differently in different ways on my individual channel. And specifically what I've said is, there is no data, there's absolutely no data that suggests that cryptocurrency is uncorrelated to the market. In fact, it is correlated to the market. And if you think about it, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are a risk-on asset, meaning they're a risky asset. So in times of fear, if people think something drastic is going on with the economy, and there's a lot of fears within the economy, go back to March 2020, crypto is going to sell off hard or harder than the stock market in general. Now, because the thing you have to appreciate and understand is, look, you can't have, just think about this intuitively for 1 second. Really just try to exercise some logic here. You can't expect that you're holding assets right now in a portfolio of crypto, whatever you hold. Let's say you hold let's say you own the holy crypto trinity of HBAR1 and MANA. These are very volatile assets. You can't expect these things to do a 10x from here, or 5x, or whatever the case is, go up 500 or 1,000% from here, without the risk of also huge downside, right? It's for those familiar with the terminology, there's a large beta here. There's a large risk of massive upside. There's this positive risk of massive upside, and there's also this massive risk of downside. And so crypto and the traditional stock markets are correlated with one another. And so that's why, not to go off on a tangent here, because I'm not going to. You don't have to interrupt me. This is related. And this is something I plan to speak to at some point down the road here. But my own personal belief is that there's a lot of fear right now with the economy. And my own personal belief is that things are going to be fine, actually. Because when sudden, drastic downturns in the economy occur, it occurs at points when people least suspect it, not when there's a lot of media attention. So my own personal view is that when crypto goes through its massive bear cycle, okay, after we've reached our euphoric top at some point next year, and we start to go through a massive correction, which I believe is going to happen, that's going to coincide directly around the same time that we start to see a massive slide in the stock market. They're correlated to one another. And it's beautiful kind of as a chart is how things kind of work out. Show me a chart, I'll tell you the story. Well, crypto has a lot higher to go. Stock market, in my opinion, still has a little bit higher to go. But there's a lot of warning signs, in particular showing up in the Dow Jones that I used to tweet about quite a bit on TradingView. I have some charts up that I'm going to revisit. They will at some point play out. And I think they will play out within a similar time frame as when crypto goes down. Because it's not like the stock market's going to go down and crypto's going to go up. Or crypto's going to go down and the stock market's going to go up for, one's going to be in a bear and a bull market. They're going to be directly correlated. Absolutely. There's no data that suggests otherwise.
So what you're saying is basically keep calm and stay in your lane. No one can control the virus. And actually, this virus has been around for decades in various forms, long before entering the common vernacular, right? I mean, it is a form of SARS, so it's been around forever. So as you pointed out...
keep calm and stay in your lane. I mean, there's always going to be black swan events you can't predict, but as a chartist, what we do is we look at a chart, and that chart tells us the story. We kind of filter out all the news events. And it's just my educated view. I could be completely wrong, but it's my educated view. The stock market still has higher to go going into next year. And we might start to see, a correction is more towards the end of 2022, if not the beginning of 2023. But yeah, I would say stay calm and stay in your lane. I mean, there's nothing you can do about this beer virus besides staying well educated on everything related to that. And then from an investment perspective, I think the big takeaway here, I've rambled on and on, the big takeaway is that the stock market and cryptocurrencies are directly correlated with one another. Crypto is a risk-on asset. You better believe if the stock market goes down, crypto is going to go down hard as well. You better believe that. If you don't, you're missing something significant.
Well, and you know, that speaks to, you know, really understanding what your own risk tolerance is, right? Like you can't be in this market just because your friend told you it's a great market to be in. And you really don't understand what your risk tolerance is because you went in, your buddy said it was a great time to get into the market, so you pumped in your entire savings account minus $200, and now you're sweating your monthly bills in case anything happens, and the market shits the bed.
Yep.
Because you weren't paying attention. You know, that's not risk tolerance. That's not understanding what your risk tolerance is. That's over investing, and that's investing based on hearsay and not proper research, which is, you know, what we're just trying to bring everyone here is education. We're not giving you investment advice. You have to make your decisions your own. And that's really the key point to all of this. This is, as the CryptoBullGod will say, this is just one data point for you as a listener. You really must go out. You really must analyze what other folks are saying as well, what the charts are showing. Begin to understand. Ask questions on Twitter. I am a Twitter stalker. I see what's going on out there. I see the people asking questions, and I learn from the answers as well. I see a question, I think it's a good question, and I learn from it as well. I am not on the level that my brother is. I'm simply not. I had a life outside of actuarial science. In fact, I don't have a life in actuarial science. And as he displayed on his podcast, sometimes his jokes come across a little dry. When he said he's not good at math and then he just rambled on to the next point, I'm like, wow, CryptoBullGod.
But in my
head,
head,
a little chuckle in there.
You know what it is? In my head, I think I'm funny, and then I say the joke out loud, and I'm like, I'm really not fucking funny. There's nothing funny about this.
and I'm no comedian, and maybe it just runs in the family. I have no idea.
Nah,
but yeah, no.
You're the good storyteller. Like, you can tell a really good story, and it's funny. I cannot tell a story. Like, I literally just don't have that skill. I just don't have the skill.
Well.
But no, seriously, you're speaking to a really good point here, and it's kind of surprising because to people like to you and me, it makes so much. It's just common sense that, you know, you really need to do your own research, and whether you value this channel as an example and you use it as a data point, it should be nothing more than that. We're not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't be doing. We're not here to give you financial advice. What we're here to do is hopefully provide a little bit of entertainment, but also provide education and to provide you with some other resource that you can kind of validate your own train of thought, right? So, for example, someone that's prominently known within YouTube that doesn't just focus on crypto but focuses on the economy, I can put a name out there that a lot of people know. Alessio Rastani. Okay, Alessio Rastani. Now, there are points. I'm subscribed to his channel. I appreciate his thought processes. I would say most of the time, in general, I agree with what he's saying. There are times that I don't agree or haven't agreed with what he has stated. But the point is, whether I agree with him or not, the guy's a really well-educated person within the space, a really well-educated technician. And so I sort of validate some of my own thought processes based on some things he shares, right? But that's one data point, and that's hopefully what this channel is for you, to CryptoBringer's point, is it's no one's responsibility but your own to determine how you should be invested and what your own risk tolerance level is. And if you're getting emotional, maybe it's saying to you you're not well educated and you have too much invested and you don't know what you're doing. But the onus really is on you to kind of remain unemotional and be well educated and value resources outside of your own to kind of make informed decisions, which is what you were saying, which is a very, very good point.
So I think at that point, it's any form of investment. We're both competitive people, both of us. So any investment I make, any investment of time into something, I'm gonna get pissy if I'm not liking the results. By the way, you have an alert that went off on your phone. You should look into that. So
Hey, Binance US deposits are open for Phantom. Who gives?
that my phone told me.
Who gives a flying fuck?
Binance is just waiting for that H bar on Coinbase. It'll come any day now.
Hey, it's one of the benefits of a lengthened cycle by either a few months or whatever.
It'll come any day now. Yeah, they're on it. Anyway, so I think at this point we should wrap it up and we should bring it into the discussion of something that, most folks enjoy, whether they celebrate the season or not. Everyone loves some comfort food. So let's talk about it. Christmas cookies. CryptoBullGod. Which Christmas cookie is the best?
I'd say I'm eating a cookie right now, but I'd be lying.
You've been eating this whole damn podcast.
I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. So, can we give two, or do we have to give one?
I mean, you... Whatever.
I'm giving
no one's holding a gun to your head. Say two. What the hell?
This is our podcast, so I'm giving my favorite and then a runner-up. All right?
Yeah, that's fine. Crypto
right.
Babe just brought me up a Trogs Mad Elf, so I am complete. It's a 2020 variety.
It's
so
funny you bring that up because at the brewery I sent you photos of last week, I was looking for that. But anyway, they didn't have it. But anyway.
All up and down the East Coast, baby.
So, I would give my favorite Christmas cookie to traditional, old-school cutouts, with the runner-up being what I call sand tarts, which are also referred to as, I guess, snickerdoodles, whatever the hell that means, but I know them as sand tarts. So I'm going to have to go traditional cutouts, traditional Christmas cookie cutouts. That dough, like old school, all the stuff that I do not eat, like butter, just butter and milk and whole milk and flour, like all the shit I don't eat. It just tastes so good when you mix it together and make a cookie out of it and it's soft. I don't like the hard cookies soft. They are so good. And then the sand tarts are phenomenal. They're just phenomenal.
Well, unfortunately, this is going to be a boring one because I'm just going to agree with you. Now, the cookies have to be underdone for my liking.
Agreed.
I like them a little
Agreed.
chewier. I will eat the dough naturally.
Agreed.
The Crypto Babe understands that this is going to happen. So we made the cookies 2 weeks ago, and surprisingly enough, I've done well. For the past 2 nights, I have not had a single cookie. Typically, I will give myself 2 cookies after a workout, because why not undo everything I just did by eating some butter, flour, powdered sugar? Sure, what the hell? You load up on that butter, it's going to be great. So that's what I do. But it's alright, I drink Fairlife milk with it, skim milk, so it's okay. But no, yeah, it's definitely the cutouts. You put on sprinkles, put on any form of sprinkle you want. Make the cutouts a little pornographic for the gingerbread men sometimes. That's fine too. I did not do that this year, and I gotta say the Crypto Babe was completely surprised by the fact I did not go to the maturity level of a 12-year-old, but...
Oh, you didn't?
I did not this year.
Oh,
Nope.
What is wrong with you? Are you becoming an adult? Come on.
No.
Come on
No.
now.
No, there were other things I did that were completely immature. I just did not go that route. I
Okay,
did not make
alright.
I did not make a well-hung gingerbread man. I did not do anything of that nature.
Well, let me ask you this then. Maybe this will add a little less boredom to the topic then, since we said the same cookie. Are there any more recent cookies that you've tried maybe in the past, like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years, that you've tried that maybe we didn't grow up with that you like want to give a shout out to, that you think it's like something newer you've tried that's just like really good?
It's not a Christmas cookie, but the Crypto Jack's wife introduced me to it, and it's a chocolate pumpkin cookie.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Which it either had chocolate chips in it or it was just some chocolate mixed in with the pumpkin, and it was just this soft, delicious, amazing cookie that the Crypto Jack's wife would make, and just absolutely amazing. In terms of like a newer cookie, that's the one I like. I like the one that Mom used to make several years ago. It was like some sort of like flourless chocolate cookie.
Oh, I remember those. Yeah, because
it's like powdered sugar on top.
Yeah, they had powdered sugar. Those were phenomenal. I love those cookies. Yeah.
Yeah, they were amazing, but the Crypto Babe and I could not replicate that recipe. We just could not get it to work very.
If you mention it to mom, she'll feel guilty about it and she'll make it before Christmas.
Nope, there's no guilt. Nope. No guilt. I've tried, and she in fact told me that because CBG ate half the cookies last year before she put them out.
Hold on.
Why am I holding on?
Hey, Mom. Any chance you're making those delicious? See, you got to put the words there because then she'll really be feeling it. Those delicious, flourless chocolate. And then she's going to listen to this and be like, you guys suck. Flourless chocolate cookies this year.
She's not going to listen this far.
Yeah, she probably won't.
She's going to respond with, get the booster.
Oh, she already did. She sent me a text message. So she sent me a few booster text messages I haven't replied to. And so now she's amounted to essentially the last text message that I just got literally today was she wants to encourage me to think about getting the booster because apparently there's places in Philadelphia that require dual vaccination to go there. And I mean, if we go to Philadelphia, first off, it's only going to be for like a day. I mean, we have limited time, so it's not like I'm concerned about it. But yeah, she's trying to encourage me any way possible to get that booster. So
yeah, I mean, at this point, I may or may not tell her if or when we get it, just because I'm kind of enjoying it at this point. Needle her a little bit.
My thing, and we're not going to digress. My thing is I just want to do a little bit of research to understand more things about it before I get it. I don't want to just inject myself with something that I don't know anything about. I just don't know a lot about it, which might surprise you because I'm a life actuary. But I don't know. I know a lot about the mortality data, but I don't know specific things as it relates to the booster shot. So I just want to educate myself.
Yeah, I want to do the same thing. Unfortunately, my interaction has been kind of almost a 75-25 or a 70-30 split. 70 in the favorable, but I've heard a lot more negative reactions to this booster than I did the actual vaccine. Which I have the vax, but I haven't gotten the booster, and
I've heard there are
questionable reactions.
There have been questionable reactions that I've definitely heard. My concern is just what information is available, any potential long-term risks for individuals with certain conditions. So if anybody has, for example, high blood pressure or cholesterol issues, are there any concerns associated with getting the booster shot? So I just want to understand something.
But we digress into something. So look, just to share with the listeners here, real quick, the CryptoBullGod and the CryptoBullGoddess will be venturing up north.
Yes,
to visit the family.
Yes.
And the Crypto Babe and CryptoBringer thought it would be a nice gift to take the happy couple and Crypto Blondie and his partner out to a wonderful evening at a very, very nice, it's fairly fancy steak and seafood place in our area.
Yes.
And thought it would be awesome. Thought it'd be great. Just here's just giving you a heads up, have something at least somewhat decent to wear. And send out that text message to Crypto Blondie and CryptoBullGod. Now, got a response from CBG sent that text message out. What was it? Sunday of this past week. Today's Wednesday.
It was Sunday. Yeah, it was pretty
Sunday.
early. Yeah.
CryptoBlondie, who has every technology gadget known to man, his iPhone is basically inserted into his brain at this point.
It is. Yes.
No response. No response. I have no idea.
That's so like him. That's so like him.
And what I'm gonna hear on Christmas Day is, I'm sorry, we're not gonna be able to make it. I'm sorry. It was a very sweet gift. It was a very
sweet gift.
And we're very appreciative, but we're just not gonna be able to make it. I'm sorry. So then I'm gonna look like a horse's ass because he has no gift. So there it is. I wasn't told about it. So
well, all you can do is make the effort. You shouldn't feel guilty about it. It's a very nice gesture. It's a very nice gesture to take us out for dinner.
It'll be a good time.
Like I said, by the way, I wasn't joking. I'm planning on starving myself. I'm going to go work out. In fact, I'm not going to eat any carbs. I'm going to have a protein shake to go work out. I'm going to work out for about 3 hours. And then I'm not going to eat anything afterwards. So you better prepare yourself for about 4 entrees, 3 appetizers, just for myself, by the way. And then the Crypto Bull Goddess. And she can, let me tell you something. For a small, petite, strong little woman there, she could pack it away. She can eat close to as much as I can. So
all I said was I qualified it with I pay for your food, not your alcohol.
Okay.
Because I also know you can pack that away, and Lord knows CryptoBlondie can, so I'm not messing with
anything. Same with the Crypto Bull Goddess, so we might just pregame.
Well, you said you weren't going to be available till 6:30. We're pre-gaming.
Yes. Yeah, because that day we actually do work. So it'll we're going out Monday. No, we're going out Monday, right?
We're
going out Monday. Yeah, we're going out Monday, but we're going to be going around doing other stuff midday. So 4 o'clock was way too early. So, but we work. Yeah, we work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Though we will be working. So
yeah, because we figured we were going to then throw out that we could hop around to a couple different bars or whatever.
Sounds good to me. Do you know what I'm recognizing right now? No one gives a flying fuck about what we're talking about right now.
No. No. Why would anyone care? I just wanted to poke fun at CryptoBlondie. That's all. Because, no response.
What I'm going to do for CryptoBlondie is I'm going to send him a link to this podcast, but then I'm going to send him a recording. I can actually record on my phone just a snippet of this podcast, and I'm going to send it to him so he can listen to it and see what he says. I'll send it to both of us, actually. All 3 of us. I'll send it in a group chat.
It's really wonderful, but we're not going to be able to make it. I'm sorry. Can I have another one of those drinks that you and the Crypto Babe made? They're delicious. I like them. Gives me instant gratification. I like it. It takes me from 0 to 100. I get really buzzed really quick. Well, maybe you shouldn't gulp it.
All right, look, everyone. If you're still listening right now, God help you. All right, so thank you for everybody tuning in. As always on CryptoBroz podcast, we're here to educate you on all things crypto. We're here to keep things light and to motivate you to capture this generational wealth transfer opportunity that seemingly is going to take several more months longer. Locking in those gains. In this exciting world of salty season cryptocurrencies. So,
Siri, what's shitcoin at? Siri, tell me about shitcoin. What are we at now?
So until next time, I am CBG.
And I am the CryptoBringer.